Hello all of you scrumptious little wargaming, crafting and adventuring noodles. It's I, David, here with another update video. Why am I so chipper? Well, I'm not particularly. I've got to be up at stupid o'clock in the morning because I am on a work trip. What does this mean? Well, it does mean that for a couple of days the big bot is on hold yet again. To be perfectly honest, it has been on hold for a couple of days because I have certainly not been feeling it. Other things have been getting in the way. However, when I get back at the weekend, I am hoping to be cracking back into it. This does not necessarily mean that I have been idle. I have, in fact, assembled and undercoated the remaining forces for my British Commonwealth Konflikt 47 force. But I'll get back to those in a second because the trip that I'm going to be taking is down to Dunedin and Invercargill in the South Island of New Zealand. Despite the sunny disposition of this t-shirt, that is not the climate I am going into. We are now, because we're in the southern hemisphere, deep into late autumn, and you're probably not familiar with the region, but that kind of area is, well, if it's the UK, sort of like going up to either John O'Groats or, in the US, Alaska. This is not necessarily appropriate gear for it. I will be rugging up. But because I am going to be in two cities that I don't get to go all that often, in fact, I think it's probably a good 8 or 9 years since I was down in Dunedin, it does mean that there is a potential for shopping trips. Don't know whether or not I'll get to film in there. Don't even know realistically whether or not I'll get time to visit them, but I will certainly attempt to. But all of that aside, let us get back to those Konflikt 47 miniatures. Now, as I was assembling them, there was something that struck me as really, really odd. Well, actually no, not odd because of the miniatures. It's a scale thing, and do bear in mind that this is my first force for Konflikt 47, so a lot of the things in it are new. It did give me pause because I had to think, hang on a second, some of these things just look the wrong size. I'll show you what I mean. So these are British troops. They are in powered Galahad armour, and I have put them next to some similarly scaled GW figures. These are one of the house gangs from Necromunda. I can't remember which one. I've repainted them and I have them as a separate unit of Imperial Guard. Essentially, if I'm short of points, then it's something that I can just sort of like throw into the mix. Now, the scale of the troops are fine, but have a look at the difference in the vehicles. Now we'll start off on the GW side with Space Marine Dreadnought. Fair enough, single man walking coffin, so you would expect it to be relatively small in terms of vehicle scale. Compare that to the Konflikt 47 Percival Medium Assault Walker. It's bigger, but this one I would guess has a crew of maybe 3 or 4, at least one driver, one commander, one gunner. That seems to be reasonably common amongst tank crews. It's not a confined space, they need a little bit of room to move around, so yeah, I'm perfectly happy with the scale of those. Keep it on Konflikt 47, let's have a look at this Humber armoured car. 4-wheeled vehicle, it's a scout vehicle, yes. Crew of 3 or 4 depending on the model. It looks as if it's going to be a little bit cramped in there. It just seems maybe it's a little bit small for a vehicle, but that's the way they were. Now I've put it next to an Imperial Guard Chimera. Just look at the size difference on this. Now, admittedly, the Chimera is an armoured personnel carrier. Crew of 3 and transport capacity of 12. Admittedly, the infantry realistically are only going to be seated, so they don't have like the extra equipment and things like that. Even though, yes, it is an APC, I guess it just seems bigger than is necessary. Maybe that's just me. But now let us have a look at tanks. This is a French Char B1 bis, last produced in 1940, so 7 years before Konflikt 47. Crew of 4, but look at it compared to a Lehman Russ. Now, this one has the same size crew. Well, it would if it didn't have the side sponsons. If you've got the side sponsons on, then you need a crew of 6, one each for the side guns. But look at the size! I mean, come on, that is one serious mismatch. GW, are you, overcompensating for something? Anyway, I'll pack it in there because I've got to get off to bed. 4 o'clock in the morning, that's what time I've got to get up. I'll catch you in the next section, hopefully in a different city. Well, I managed to make it down to Dunedin. I haven't got the microphone on, so chances are the sound quality is going to be absolutely rubbish. But I am here, and I found absolutely loads of game stores that have opened since I was here last, including an official Warhammer store. Do you know how long it is since I've been in one of those? I would say maybe it's about 30 years. So, got to check that out. And then I might even get the chance to do 2 more, one of them after work on the way out of Dunedin, and then when I get into the next city, Invercargill, there's one that doesn't actually open until, you know, round about the time that I would be leaving Dunedin. They're open till late tonight, so I should be able to hit that one on my way in. Looking forward to it. I didn't bother filming anything in the Warhammer shop. To be perfectly honest, it was pretty downbeat. I'm guessing the only reason why they've got it where it is because there's an awful lot of students in that area. So yeah, and didn't get anything because, to be perfectly honest, I didn't particularly fancy, you know, donating a kidney or something like that just to pay for it. But just been into Hobby Lords, didn't film in there, but I did come out with some swag. Really love the guys in there. The wife came down and they helped her out because she went in and was absolutely clueless and left with a lovely little swag bag for me. And yeah, the whole lot of them, including one particular thing that I'm after. It's one of the Black Library novels, Interceptor City, one of the Sabbat World's Crusade books that I don't have, and they pointed me in the direction of hopefully the next store that I am going to be going to, because I am now heading out of town and I'm on my way into Invercargill. Yeah, well, I managed to get to Invercargill. Not that the car helped, it's the worst vehicle I've ever driven. I was wrestling with it all the way down. 2.5 hour drive, and I had to stop twice just to rest my shoulders and neck muscles. It was absolutely horrendous. Oh, hang on, get myself in shot. Anyway, I think, yep, this is it. This is the place. Looks a bit nondescript, but there we go. This is the one that was recommended. Now all I've got to do is find the entrance. As you can see, it's a little bit on the cold side. Yeah, okay. No, I didn't take any footage inside. It's game night, multiple games going on, plus a D&D game. And yeah, it's one of those things, you know, unless you get everybody's consent, etc, etc. Nate in there, absolutely smashing bloke. He's going to be helping me out big time by ordering me a copy of Interceptor City. It's the one of the Tanith related books that I don't have, and I hadn't even realised it was out. And he can actually order it, so that's absolutely brilliant. And then he's going to ship it back up home. So yeah, now they don't have websites or anything like that as of yet. They do have Facebook, so I'll leave his Facebook moniker down below if you want to check that out. They're also in the middle of renovations, and they've just knocked through into the next premises as well, so everything's in an absolute uproar. It looks a little bit more like a builder's site, but yeah, really good vibes in there, really homely. Their FPOS is not functioning at present, so I've just got to take a quick walk around the corner, find a cash point machine, and yes, there's a purchase, gotta be. Okay, I'll get back to the hotel room and I'll show you the hall. Okay, back in the hotel room, suitably fed and watered and about to settle down for the night. And having a think about it, yeah, I think there quite possibly is a little bit of false advertising about that last place that I went to, because Nate is neither grumpy, he's a really nice bloke, and not particularly old. However, seeing as how I fit into both of those categories, a grumpy old man is perfectly happy to give his endorsement to that place. The vibe in there was absolutely brilliant. It's I don't know, the one that's back up home seemed very sterile, I guess. Even on game night, when you go into it, there's
there's that sort of horrible, nasty, I guess, competitive edge, almost a little bit on the aggro side. Maybe it's because they were playing D&D rather than sort of card games. Not sure, but yeah, I would, if you're ever way down in these neck of the woods, certainly check the place out. Anyway, goodie haul. I didn't get anything from Warhammer, but at Hobby Lords in Dunedin for the Konflikt 47 stuff, I've got vehicles to do, British Army and camo green paint. The stuff that I've got's just a little bit too vibrant, and with them being larger vehicles, I didn't want to go mixing and stuff like that. And for the current party, the 5th edition one, the Dragonborn uses an axe in the miniature that I've got, where the character is supposed to be using a sword. So I got a couple of Dragonborn paladins, and I'll do another one of those up just to get it accurate. And from the Grumpy Old Man game store, one of the products that he seems to stock quite a bit of is 3D resin prints. So unbranded, maybe it's stuff that he does himself, not 100% certain, but that is a lovely Minotaur. Yeah, it's a nice, reasonable, imposing figure. Whenever I go to new game stores, I always, game stores out of town, I always try and get stuff as a memento. And I haven't tried speed paint on fur, so I thought, give it a shot. Anyway, I need to get some kip because it's going to be another long day, and then I've got to get back up home. See you in a bit. Day from the slight future here, all done in Invercargill. I am all checked in, just standing outside the airport. It's absolutely bloody freezing, but that's what you get for being only slightly north of the Antarctic Circle. One thing that or an anecdote that I forgot to mention completely. It's not the first time I've been to Invercargill. I've been down here before, and in any new town I always look for the game shops. I've told you that. The last time, the only one that I could find, apart from sort of like toy shops that maybe had a little bit of GW stuff, was one, this would have been about 10 years ago, and it wasn't just a game store. They had another couple of things. So it was a game store, a tattoo parlour that also sold the kind of items that perhaps adults only use after dark, if you know what I mean. And yeah, browsing the shelves was yeah, that was an event. I did get some stuff on that trip. It was some Lord of the Rings goblins, and I already had a reasonable hoard of those, but these ones I painted, rather than sort of like the red tabard thing that I'd done the rest of the army, I actually painted them in purple because of the shopping experience. Because it was browsing the shelves, it was like, you know, oh yeah, okay, there's the 40k stuff, and there's the Warhammer stuff, and they've got some Lord of the Rings stuff, that's all good. And oh yeah, up next shelf up, a big dragon, big manticore, another big dragon. That is not a purple worm at all. It's purple something else. Purple worms aren't supposed to have any eyes, and this had one large one. So yes, that's why those particular goblins are in purple livery, just in commemoration of that particular trip. Anyway, almost time to get on my flight. Catch you in a second. Alright, I am back home now, and all is right with the world. It was last night that I got home, and I was absolutely shattered. I did basically nothing apart from have dinner and then collapse. But back at work today,
back home now, and I have done what I should have done last night. I've been in touch with the Grumpy Old Man Games, and I have confirmed my order for that copy of Interceptor City. And you know, it's funny, of the 3 stores that I visited, one worldwide chain, Warhammer, could order it in but couldn't ship it. Hobby Lords, I'm not sure whether or not they're international or not, but certainly nationwide chain, big glitzy thing for New Zealand, didn't believe they could order it in. The smallest one in the furthest town is ordering it in and is able to ship it to me. What more can you say? Well, the only other thing that I have managed to do is get a couple more undercoats on the miniatures. Now, that Minotaur has been done along with the 2 monstrous creatures that I got from Armageddon, and them and all of the infantry have had a top-down coat of white ready for application of speed paints once I've done the white dry brushing on them, and the 2 vehicles for Konflikt 47 have had a up coat of black just to get that shadow effect on the armour. So it looks like I am going to be in for a big weekend of painting, and it's all good fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just looking at them down there. So that is probably enough for this video for now, especially seeing as how I probably need to stick an R18 on because, well, some of the subject matter has been overcompensated and purple. I may also do another one of those DM hints and tips and tricks videos over the course of the weekend. We shall see how time goes. Otherwise, you folk have yourselves a good time. Toodle-pip for now.